So far we saw how we can statically store data in a variable and then output that in our terminal. But in real world applications, we generally take data from user. So how we do that in Python? So how can we take user input from the user? For that, we have the input method in Python. So let's see how to use that. For that, you have to declare a variable first. Let's say, for example, we have the variable name, then equal, we can then write the input method, then we can call the method or the function. And after that, if we run the code, you can see here we have a cursor where we can write our name. So if I write here Adil and hit enter, you can see it does nothing, but the difference here is you can see the text is in green, means it is a user written text. So after user gives this value in the name variable, you can take that and use that in your program. For example, you can print that. So write the print function and write here name. And if you run the code, and again, if you write here Naruto, then hit enter, you can see it prints the output Naruto. User input is very important in real world applications. For example, where you need to take data from user. For example, let's say we have a web application or a GUI application where we need the first name and the password of the user. So if I define a variable called first name, then equal, if I call the input function, then let's say we need the password. Again, we need to call the input function. Now, let's say we want to print that your name is first name and password is password. Then if I run the code, you can see here user can write his name, for example, Naruto. Let's say the password is Hinata. And if I hit the enter key, you can see the output your name is Naruto and password Hinata. We can give here some spaces, run the code again. If I write here Naruto and password Hinata, hit enter, you can see your name is Naruto and password is Hinata. But here is a problem. How user will know that in the first place he has to write his name and in the second try he has to write the password? Maybe he can think that he have to write the password first then the name. So we have to make it clear to the user that he has to write his first name first, then after writing the first name he has to write the password. For that, in between the input function called parenthesis, we can write single or double quotes, and here we can write that write your first name, and in between the password input we can write your password. Again, if I run the code, you can see here write your first name, and here user can write his first name. So if user writes here Naruto, then hit enter, you can see the second prompt where it asks for his password. You can see write your password. So if he gives the password, for example Boruto, then hits enter, you can see the output your name is Naruto and password is Boruto. So these are like placeholders for user to understand what type of data he have to give in the input function. It's not like that we can, like string, we can take a number like integer and floating point numbers as input from user. So in real world applications, the importance of user input is so much. So I hope you understood the importance of the input function.